This is a mango. And I know what you're thinking. Oh my God, I have never seen one so big before. These are longans. Longans grow in bunches, and they kind of hang low off the tree like grapes. And this is a Monstera deliciosa. Monstera grows inside this prehistoric fern-looking bush, and it resembles an ear of corn. Odds are you've never seen fruit like this before, so I'm going to eat some for lunch and tell you a little bit about it. Let's get started with the mango. This is a Ford variety mango. I'm sure the first thing that jumps out at you is its size. These things grow to over 5 pounds each. This is the size of a mango you might find in the grocery store. Let's weigh this guy. All right, looks like he's coming in at 4.5 pounds. And there's a very good reason you don't know about these guys, these Fords. These are considered a late variety mango. So mango season starts at the earliest mid-May, and at the latest it'll run through to September. But for all intents and purposes, mango season is June and July. That's when most of the mangoes come into season. We have a couple earlies, we have a few that run late. And farmers do not like to grow late season mango varieties. Now, this Ford grows on this tree behind me. I don't know if you could see, they're green, they're not really lit up, but there's a bunch of other whoppers just like this guy on here. But farmers do not like to grow the Ford for one very simple reason. It's really expensive to keep mangoes on the tree all the way through to September. Mangoes are susceptible to a disease called anthracnose. So if you see this part of it, this part is kind of clean. Look at this Namduk Min is clean. But this guy here, the Ford, actually is susceptible to the anthracnose. It gets dirty. Now, nothing's wrong, and I'm going to cut into one of these. Nothing's wrong with the flesh under the skin here, but supermarkets, Walmart, etc., they don't want to buy fruit that's like scarred up and nasty looking because people shop with their eyes, not their taste buds. Which is a shame because there are so many delicious fruits out there that y'all aren't exposed to because the supermarkets don't want them. And since the supermarkets don't want them, the farmers don't want to grow them. Now, if you wanted to keep this guy clean, you'd have to come out every other week or in rainy season, maybe every week and spray your trees with some type of antifungal to keep this scarring from forming. That becomes very expensive. And the more it costs to produce one of these, the lower the profit. So for that reason, farmers don't want to grow them. And a third reason is it's just hard to keep a fruit on the tree for a long time. Here in South Florida, we get hurricanes. Even if we're on the outskirts of a tropical storm, the winds are enough to shake a tree so much that all the fruit drops and you lose your whole crop. For those reasons, the Ford is not a very common mango. Even amongst mango connoisseurs that I know, they've either never heard of the Ford or never tasted a Ford. Well, I'm gonna cut one open and taste it right now. I picked this guy about 5 days ago. This one here I just picked off the tree at the beginning of this video. But here's one, and I weighed him. He comes in at about 4 pounds. And as you can see, this guy's a lot more scarred up and dirty too. This is really not a fruit that like a Publix or a Kroger's or something would ever want to put on its shelves. But let me cut into this now. Also, the skin on these Fords is almost like a shell. It's thicker. And it's actually giving my little fruit knife here trouble. My fruit knife isn't big enough to get through the whole thing. So here's a cheek from this Ford. Oh, I can smell it. Oh, I love these Ford mangoes. Now look, here's just one cheek from the Ford. Let me even weigh the cheek. I mean, just one little piece of this guy weighs more than most mangoes. I mean, just one little cheek is coming in at 1.25 pounds. And look at how nice and orange that flesh is. They are super juicy. And oh, when I cut into one of these in the kitchen, the whole kitchen smells like mango. So with smaller mangoes, I cut my spears laterally. I kind of go this way. With these big whoppers, I actually turn it and I cut my spears crossways like this. because you get so much meat off of them. Now, I'm going to take my bite from the middle here. So here's my spears. Oh, I know I'm in for a treat. I love the Ford mango. Look at the juice. I can't even talk. Look at the juice dripping down my chin. These things are so juicy. Like most mangoes, or like a lot of mangoes, they taste a little different near the skin than they do in the center. A lot of times near the skin, you get like this nice powdery flavor, a nice sweetness. In the middle, you tend to get more like a juiciness. Now, like just about all the mangoes I grow, the Ford has what we call a classic mango flavor. You're never going to hear anyone say it tastes like a coconut, or it has like that Indo-Chine flavor to it. No, this is a classic South Florida mango flavored mango, and it is absolutely delicious. It's the only variety of mango I can't sit and eat in one sitting. I could down 3 or 4 of these just sitting, you know, watching Netflix, but one of these I have to share or save the rest for later. If you're a backyard grower, I definitely recommend the Ford, because it grows a nice big healthy tree, and they're very good and very regular producers. I get fruit off my Ford every year. I get a lot of fruit, and by the time everybody is done with mangoes, I'm still picking mangoes for like another month. So one more time, the Ford mango, definitely recommended. While we're on the topic of obscure fruits you probably never heard of before, let's talk about the longan. The longan is the cousin of a fruit you probably have heard of, the lychee. Now, a lot of you have probably never eaten a lychee fresh off a tree, but you might have been at Asian restaurants, a Thai restaurant, a Vietnamese restaurant, and had like a lychee dessert or lychee flavored ice cream. Lychee is a really delicious, delicious fruit, and longans are in the lychee family. And lychees grow similarly on a bunch, and you harvest them by, you know, cutting the stem, and you know, you wind up with a bunch just like this. Well, longans are very similar, except for they've got this suede sort of skin to them. So the lychee looks almost like a strawberry. The longan has this, like I say, it reminds you like of an old pair of suede shoes skin, and you bite into it and it kind of makes a pop. Oh, it's raining. I love this rain. Oh, you get that little pop, and then you just peel the skin off from around it, and you have what looks like a little grape inside with a little seed, and you just pop it in your mouth, spit out the seed, and eat the flesh. Oh, is that so good? It tastes very different than the lychee, even though it's the lychee's cousin, but it's nonetheless a delicious fruit. And I know these are rare and obscure because I've only ever seen them for sale around here in my neighborhood. People grow them and just go right out to the road and sell them at roadside stands, and most of them never even leave this zip code. People come down here, they know when it's longan season, they go crazy for them. They come down here looking for farms, looking for places like mine, looking for the little roadside stands, and they buy these longans. The other big market I'm aware of is we get people from New York City, from Chinatown. They'll actually come down here in a van, drive around, buy out as much of a longan crop as they can, load up the van, and drive right back to Chinatown, and they're on the shelves the next day. But I've never really seen them in the supermarket. I'm sure you could order them like on a specialty website or something. But one more time, let me eat one of these longans. Pop the skin, peel out the flesh on the inside, spit out the seed, and just enjoy the flesh. Oh, is that good? I'm gonna have to move on to and complete my third obscure fruit very quickly, which is the Monstera deliciosa. This is a fruit that you eat it, but it also bites back. It ripens only a little bit at a time, an inch at a time, and it gives this little pulp around the stem. But you can only eat where these green shells flick off easily. If I was to go up here and cut them off and bite in, it burns my mouth. But if I bite right here, it's one of the sweetest fruits you'll ever taste in your life. I've never given one of these to someone who said they didn't like it. I've never even given one of these to someone who said they didn't love it. It tastes like a combination of pineapple, banana, and soursop, which is a delicious tropical fruit we grow down here. I wish all of you could experience the happiness and the comfort I feel right now. I'm standing here in the rain, which as a farmer, I absolutely love the rain because it's what makes my fruit grow. I've got this delicious Monstera to bite into. Oh, it's that good. And when I go in to take shelter from this rain, I'm gonna watch a little TV and chow down on these longans. Oh. The other reason I like the rain is because when I work out here, I can only put in about 2 hours a day. It is just too damn hot. But when the rain starts, it keeps me cool and I can keep going all day long, which means I'm more productive here at the farm, which means I have more of this delicious tropical fruit for you to buy at guacfarm.com. GUACFARM.com. We sell our fruit out there, we sell our t-shirts, our hats, and nothing makes me happier than the feedback I get when someone tries a new fruit for the first time. Now me, I gotta run inside and get out of this rain. While I do that, you go to guacfarm.com and I will see you on the next video.